The numbers swim before my eyes, each digit a betrayal carved in digital ink. $23,000. Monthly transfers like clockwork, draining away our future while I scrimped and saved, counting every penny at the grocery store. I'm Kiera, and I've spent 25 years believing in a lie named Nathan Thompson. The bank statement trembles in my hands as I stand in Nathan's study, the leather of his precious antique chair still warm from his body. He'd rushed out 10 minutes ago, claiming an emergency meeting. Another lie, probably. The paper wasn't meant to be found, tucked behind the false bottom of his desk drawer that I discovered while searching for a spare USB cable. Mom! Mia's voice floats up from downstairs. Did you find that cable? I shove the statement into my pocket, my fingers numb. Coming, honey. The walk downstairs feels like wading through molasses. Mia sits at the kitchen counter, laptop open, dark circles under her eyes from studying for her residency exams. She looks up and her smile fades. What's wrong? Nothing. The word tastes like ash. Just tired. She doesn't believe me. She's always been too perceptive for her own good. Just like she didn't believe Nathan's excuses about missing her graduation for a business emergency. My phone buzzes. A text from Nathan. Working late. Don't wait up. Of course he is. Probably with Oliver Green, his partner in crime. I've always hated how Oliver looked at me during dinner parties, like he was keeping a secret joke at my expense. Now I know why. I grip the counter until my knuckles turn white. $23,000 a month. $276,000 a year. For how many years? While I postponed dental work, while Liam took out student loans, while Mia worked double shifts at the coffee shop during pre-med. Mom! Mia touches my arm. You're scaring me. I force myself to breathe, to smile, to act normal while my world crumbles around me. Just thinking about dinner, sweetie. How does pasta sound? She studies me with those sharp doctor's eyes of hers. I'll help you cook. As I reach for the pasta box, my hand brushes against the statement in my pocket. The paper crinkles, a quiet sound that feels like thunder in my ears. Nathan thinks he's so clever, so superior. He's always treated me like I'm naive, too focused on family to understand the real world of business and money. Well, he's about to learn just how wrong he is about me. Nathan strolls in at midnight, reeking of expensive scotch and arrogance. I'm waiting in his precious study, the bank statement spread flat on his mahogany desk like a murder weapon. You're up late. His smile freezes when he sees what I'm holding. Have you been going through my things? $23,000. My voice doesn't shake. Not anymore. Every month for God knows how long. Where is it going, Nathan? He loosens his tie, buying time. I've seen this routine before, the casual dismissal, the patronizing explanation. Business investments, Kiera. Nothing you need to worry about. Nothing I need to worry about? The laugh that escapes me sounds foreign. Like I didn't need to worry about Liam's student loans? Or Mia working herself sick through medical school. Don't be dramatic. He moves to pour himself another drink. The kids are fine. The kids are in debt while you're hemorrhaging money into some secret account. I stand, my chair scraping against the hardwood. With Oliver Green's name on it. The crystal tumbler stops halfway to his mouth. For a split second, something like fear flickers across his face. You've misunderstood. Have I? Because I called the bank today. Pretended to be your secretary. I savor the way his shoulders tense. They were very helpful. Especially about those transfers to the Cayman Islands. You had no right. I had every right. The words explode out of me. 25 years, Nathan. I've given you 25 years of my life while you've been stealing from our family. Heavy footsteps in the hallway make us both turn. Liam stands in the doorway, his face pale. What's going on? Nathan's mask slides back into place. Nothing, son. Your mother's just upset about some business matters she doesn't understand. Don't. I pull out my phone, fingers trembling as I pull up the photos I took of the statements. Show him, Nathan. Show our son how you've been lying to all of us. Liam steps closer, peering at the screen. His jaw tightens. He has his father's features but none of his deceit. Dad. It's complicated. Nathan starts, but Liam cuts him off. Is this why you said you couldn't help with my tuition? His voice cracks. While you were sending millions offshore? Both of you need to calm down. Nathan's tone hardens. This is business, not. This is family, I interrupt. And you've betrayed all of us. The silence that follows feels like a living thing, coiling around us. Nathan looks between us, realizing he's losing control of the narrative he's carefully maintained for years. We'll discuss this tomorrow, he says finally, heading for the door. When everyone's thinking clearly. But as he walks away, I know there won't be any more discussions. There's nothing left to say. Only actions matter now. And I'm done being the understanding wife who looks the other way. The laptop screen casts a sickly glow across my hands as I scroll through Nathan's emails. 3 hours of methodically trying password combinations, our wedding date, the kids' birthdays, his mother's maiden name, before I cracked it with Kingmaker 55. His ego always was his weakness. What I find makes my stomach turn. Hundreds of exchanges between Nathan and Oliver spanning years. Their words drip with condescension, discussing their simple wives, their brilliant schemes. The latest email chain makes my blood freeze. K's getting suspicious. Might need to accelerate the timeline. N. Too risky. Stick to the plan. 2 more months and it won't matter. Oh, she's been asking about the accounts. N. Handle it. You always do. Oh, my phone buzzes, Mia calling. I ignore it, diving deeper into the correspondence. Each revelation hits like a physical blow. The money wasn't just going offshore. It was funding a hostile takeover of Oliver's company. They're planning to strip it bare, fire hundreds of employees, including Oliver's own wife Sarah. The doorbell rings, startling me. Through the study window, I see Oliver's Mercedes in our driveway. My heart pounds as I quickly close the laptop, but not before forwarding key emails to my personal account. Kiera. Oliver's voice carries from downstairs. Nathan asked me to stop by. Of course he did. I smooth my hair, straighten my spine, and descend the stairs. Oliver stands in our foyer, all expensive suit and practice charm. The sight of him makes me sick. Nathan's not here, I say, keeping my voice steady. I know. He steps closer, lowering his voice. He told me about last night. About your concerns. Did he tell you I know about the Cayman accounts? I watch his face carefully. About Project Kingdom? The slight widening of his eyes confirms everything. Kiera, you're misunderstanding. Save it. I pull out my phone, showing him the forwarded emails. Does Sarah know what you're planning? His mask slips, revealing something ugly underneath. Be careful, Kiera. You're playing with fire. No, Oliver. I'm done playing at all. I move toward the door. Now get out of my house before I call Sarah myself. He grabs my arm, fingers digging in. You have no idea what you're dealing with. Let go. My voice doesn't waver. Or I'll scream and Mia upstairs will call the police. Your choice. The moment stretches like wire about to snap. Then he releases me, straightening his jacket with a forced smile. We're trying to help you, he says softly. Remember that when everything falls apart. As I watch his Mercedes disappear down the street, my phone buzzes again. A text from Nathan. We need to talk. Bringing dinner home. I look down at the bruises forming on my arm and think. Yes, we certainly do. Sarah Green's call comes at 3 in the morning, her voice raw with fury. Did you know? I sit up in the guest bedroom where I've been sleeping since the confrontation. About what? The company. The layoffs. She chokes back what might be a sob or a laugh. Oliver's been planning to destroy everything my father built. And your husband's helping him. My throat tightens. Sarah, don't pretend you didn't know. You wives always know, don't you? We just pretend we don't. The accusation stings because it's partly true. I'd suspected Nathan's dishonesty for years but chose willful blindness. I only found out recently. I have proof, emails, documents. Silence crackles across the line. Then, show me. We meet at a 24-hour diner on the edge of town. Sarah looks elegant even in crisis, her silver hair perfectly styled. But her hands shake as she reads through the printouts. 200 people, she whispers. That's how many families they're planning to destroy. There's more. I slide across a USB drive. Financial records showing where the money's really going. They're not just dismantling the company, they're stealing its patents. Her perfectly manicured nails close around the drive. What do you want? What? For this information. Everything has a price. Her eyes, so like Oliver's, study me coldly. Is it money? Protection? I want justice. She laughs harsh and hollow. Justice is for people who can afford good lawyers. People like our husbands. Then we'll have to be smarter than them. I lean forward. The company board meets next week. What if? The diner's door chimes. Nathan walks in, followed by Oliver. My heart stops. Well, Oliver says, his voice deadly quiet. Isn't this cozy? Sarah straightens, sliding the USB drive into her purse. Just having coffee with a friend. A friend who's trying to destroy our families? Nathan's hand closes around my shoulder, too tight to be affectionate. Let's go home, Kiera. I shrug off his grip. Touch me again and I'll scream. You've already done enough damage. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. Don't make this worse. Worse than stealing from your children? Sarah stands, her chair scraping back. Worse than betraying everything my father trusted you with, Oliver? The other diners are staring now. Oliver steps closer to his wife, voice low. Sarah, darling. Don't darling me. She turns to me. I'll be in touch, Kiera. Soon. As she walks out head high, Nathan leans down to whisper in my ear. You have no idea what you've started. But looking at the fear beneath his anger, I think maybe I finally do. Mia's residency badge gets us into the hospital's empty conference room at midnight. She spreads the documents across the table while Liam paces by the door. 200 families, Mia mutters, scanning the layoff lists. Including Dr. Chen's entire research department. Dad's really going to destroy all these people's lives? Liam's voice cracks. For what? I slide Sarah's latest message across the table. Patents. The research department developed a breakthrough cancer treatment. Nathan and Oliver plan to sell it to the highest bidder after they gut the company. That's why they pushed me away from oncology. Mia's hands clench. They knew I'd figure it out. A noise outside makes us freeze. Footsteps pass, fade away. We've been jumping at shadows since Nathan's threat at the diner, but this feels different. The walls are closing in. The board meeting's tomorrow, I say. Sarah's ready to expose everything, but Dad will destroy her first. Liam stops pacing. You've seen how he operates. We need something bigger. Mia pulls up her phone, showing us a news article. Remember Dad's friend who died last year? The one developing the original treatment. My blood runs cold. Dr. Harrison's accident? I pulled his autopsy report. She swallows hard. The brake lines were cut. The silence that follows feels like a physical weight. I think of Nathan's casual cruelty, his dismissal of others' lives as mere obstacles. How much of the man I married was ever real? Mom. Liam touches my arm. Whatever you're planning, we're with you. No. I stand abruptly. I won't put you two at risk. We're already at risk. Mia's voice hardens. Dad made sure of that when he chose money over family. My phone buzzes, Oliver's number. The text makes my heart stop. Nathan knows about the meeting. Coming for the files tonight. Get out. As if on cue, heavy footsteps echo down the hall. Multiple sets. The service stairs, Mia whispers, already gathering documents. They lead to the parking garage. We move quickly, silently. But at the stairwell door I pause. Take the evidence to Sarah. I'll hold them off. Mom, no. Go. I push the files into Liam's hands. I've spent 25 years letting that man control us through fear. Not anymore. The footsteps grow closer. Mia grabs my arm, tears in her eyes. Promise you'll be careful. I kiss her forehead, then Liam's. I promise to finish this. Now go. As my children disappear down the stairs, I turn to face the approaching shadows. For the first time in years, I'm not afraid. I'm angry. And anger burns hotter than fear. Nathan's security team corners me in the hospital corridor, their footsteps echoing off sterile walls. But it's Oliver who steps forward first, hands raised in mock surrender. Let's be reasonable, Kiera. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. Where are the files? Gone. I lean against the wall, buying time. Just like Dr. Harrison's break lines. Nathan emerges from the shadows, his face twisted. You don't know what you're talking about. Don't I? 200 families, Nathan. Plus one murdered doctor who threatened to expose you. Harrison was unstable. Nathan moves closer. He would have destroyed everything we built. You mean everything you stole? My laugh sounds hollow. From your family, from Sarah's father, from all those researchers working to save lives. Oliver checks his watch. The board meets in 6 hours. Tell us where Mia and Liam took the documents. The mention of our children makes Nathan flinch. Good. Let him feel something real for once. They're safe, I say. Unlike Dr. Harrison. Enough. Nathan grabs my arm. This ends now. Call them. Or what? You'll arrange another accident. His grip tightens. I'm trying to protect you. Like you protected Harrison? I wrench away. Or like you protected our children while stealing their future? The future I built for them was built on lies. My voice echoes down the corridor. Every sacrifice I made, every dream I gave up, while you and Oliver played gods with people's lives. Oliver's phone buzzes. His face pales. Sarah's called an emergency board meeting. Now. Nathan's mask cracks. For a moment, I see the desperate man beneath the facade. What have you done? What you taught me to do. I straighten my spine. Whatever it takes to win. The punch comes from nowhere. Pain explodes across my temple as I hit the floor. Through blurring vision, I see Oliver restraining Nathan. She's ruining everything. Nathan struggles. We have to stop. Security cameras, Oliver hisses. Think. They drag me into an empty room. My head throbs as Nathan paces, unraveling before my eyes. Where are they meeting? He grabs my shoulders. Tell me. I taste blood but manage a smile. You'll find out soon enough. His phone rings, Mia's ringtone. As he answers, his face drains of color. The police. His voice shakes. What do you mean, the police? I close my eyes, letting the darkness creep in. I might not walk away from this, but neither will Nathan. And somehow that makes everything worth it. The emergency board meeting erupts into chaos when Oliver stands, hands shaking. I can't do this anymore. Nathan freezes mid-speech, his presentation about company restructuring forgotten. Oliver, sit down. Harrison wasn't unstable. Oliver's voice carries across the boardroom. He discovered what we were doing with the research funds. Nathan arranged the accident. Sarah, at the head of the table, goes perfectly still. The bruise on my temple throbs as I watch her process the betrayal. That's ridiculous, Nathan snarls. Oliver's been under tremendous stress. I have proof. Oliver pulls out a phone. I recorded everything. Because I knew someday Nathan would turn on me too. The recording plays. Nathan's voice, cold and calculating, discussing Harrison's problem. My children's inheritance, discussed like collateral damage. 2 decades of friendship reduced to leverage and lies. You recorded me? Nathan lunges, but security guards step forward. After everything I did for you? You did nothing for anyone but yourself. I stand steady despite my injuries. Tell them about the offshore accounts, Nathan. About the patents you plan to steal. I built this company. He turns to the board members. Everything I did was for growth, for progress. For power. Sarah's voice cuts through his protests. My father trusted you both. And you killed his friend, tried to steal his life's work. The police have everything, Mia announces from the doorway. She and Liam enter, followed by detectives. Including Dr. Harrison's real autopsy report. Nathan's facade finally shatters. He looks at our children, really looks at them, perhaps for the first time in years. I was protecting our future. No. Liam's voice shakes. You were destroying it. As the detectives step forward, Oliver slumps in his chair. I should have stopped him years ago. After Sarah's father died, Nathan changed. Everything became about control, about winning at any cost. You were no better, Sarah snaps, but there's pain beneath her anger. Nathan makes one last desperate move, reaching for me. Kiera, please. Everything I did was for us. I step back, watching the man I once loved dissolve into a stranger. No, Nathan. Everything you did was for yourself. And now you've lost everything that actually mattered. The detectives read him his rights. As they lead Nathan away, he keeps looking back, as if waiting for someone to wake him from this nightmare. But there's no waking up from truth. Oliver rises slowly. I'll cooperate fully. The company, the patents, they belong to Sarah now. As they should have all along. It's not a perfect victory. Some wounds never heal completely. But watching Nathan disappear through those doors, I feel something I haven't felt in years. Free. The letter arrives on a crisp autumn morning, hand-delivered by Sarah's assistant. Oliver's familiar handwriting covers 3 pages, but it's the photograph tucked inside that stops my breath. Nathan, maybe 20 years younger, standing beside a man I recognize as Sarah's father. They're both smiling, genuine and bright, holding up some kind of research award. I thought you should know, Oliver writes, that Nathan wasn't always the man who betrayed us. The pressure to succeed, to prove himself worthy of Robert Greene's trust, it twisted something inside him. When Robert died, Nathan became obsessed with controlling everything, everyone. As if power could fill the void left by genuine connection. I set the letter down, watching through my kitchen window as Mia helps Liam unload boxes from his car. He's moving back home while finishing law school, determined to help other families navigate corporate fraud. Mia's residency keeps her busy, but she makes time for weekly dinners, filling our home with stories of lives saved and hope restored. My phone buzzes, a text from Sarah. The board approved the new research grant program, named after Dr. Harrison. 200 families will keep their jobs, their purpose, their dignity. It's not redemption. Nothing can redeem Nathan's choices, but it's something like justice. The doorbell rings. I open it to find Oliver, looking older and smaller without his expensive suit and practiced smile. I'm leaving for London, he says quietly. The authorities agreed to limited immunity in exchange for my testimony. I wanted to apologize one last time. For which part? All of it. But mostly for watching Nathan destroy your family and doing nothing to stop it. I study him, this man who chose loyalty to the wrong cause for so long. Why did you finally speak up? Because you reminded me what real strength looks like. He glances past me at my children in the kitchen. It's not about control or power. It's about protecting what matters, no matter the cost. I don't forgive him, not fully. But I understand him better now. Goodbye, Oliver. After he leaves, I join my children in the kitchen. Mia's chopping vegetables while Liam sets the table, their comfortable banter filling the space where silence used to live. The bruise on my temple has faded, but the lessons remain. Sometimes justice wears the face of mercy, and sometimes revenge looks like letting go. Mom! Mia holds out a knife. Want to help with dinner? I take it, feeling its weight in my hand. Not a weapon anymore, just a tool for building something new. Always.